Hello, everybody. I think I might be the only one here, but it is Thanksgiving in the U.S. Oh, Allison, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing, Allison? Things are good where I am. I just pulled you trying a new impossible pumpkin pie recipe. Just pulled it out of the oven to cool. I had some notes here. I have to look for it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Catherine, good morning. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving, Catherine. I really appreciate that. I was just telling Allison, I just pulled, trying a new vegan pumpkin pie recipe. I just pulled out of the oven. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. I have to let it cool. It's like a, oh, excuse me, 1 second. Sorry. It's like a, hello, Aletha. It's like a, pumpkin pie is really it's pumpkin custard pie. I'm trying to rescue my coffee from my cat. Yeah. But yeah, a pumpkin pie is really pumpkin custard pie. And there's a baking mix called Bisquick. And a vegan pumpkin pie. It's okay. Traditionally, a pumpkin pie is in a you take a pie crust like an apple pie or any other pie, and there's actually the filling is it's essentially a pumpkin custard kind of thing, and that's the traditional pumpkin pie. And then a number of years ago, actually a couple decades ago, there's a baking mix called Bisquick. It's like to make waffles or pancakes or something. And they came out with what they called the impossible pumpkin pie, which is you don't need a crust. So they're mixing this pancake waffle mix into the pumpkin puree with the sugar and the spices and the and some melted margarine that you mix up and you bake it just like that. And you pull it out, you let it cool down, and you cut it, and it cuts like a pie, and it tastes like pumpkin pie, but you don't have to mess with an outer pie crust. And so I've been working on my own version, the vegan version of it, for a long time. I try this, I tried that, I try something else. Yeah. So this is this year's attempt at seeing what I can come up with. But it just didn't seem like Thanksgiving without it. I thought I'd be okay without it, but now the day's here, it's like, nah. Thanksgiving is a big deal in America, and I really want some pumpkin pie. So I found my mittens. The kittens have found their mittens. Now they may have some pie. They're both sleeping up here. Anyway. All right. Aletha, there's a really old pumpkin pie recipe from Tasting History I want to test out. I love that. I love that guy's channel. The Tasting History, the what was it? Pumpion Pie, I think was that one. I saw that. I love his channel. This is great stuff. Tasting History. If anybody that isn't, I mean, I don't watch cooking shows. I don't watch cooking videos. It's just not my thing. But he makes it really interesting, and he gets all this great historical stuff going on Tasting History. It's a YouTube channel, so you should check it out. Hey, Deb, happy Thanksgiving. Hello, Carla. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you are all well. So, and Sarah is in the crunch time because her family's eating at 5, and she's cooking all of it. 4 desserts, 2 kinds of cheesecake, 2 kinds of pie, and like red velvet cake balls or something. 15-pound turkey, 16-pound turkey. It's huge turkey. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. I will pray for you. Anyway, Aletha, yeah, he is awesome. He seems like a sweet guy too. Catherine, I made pumpkin and sage gratin for dinner last night. I could see how that could be turned into a sweet pie. Ooh, pumpkin and sage gratin. I've never even heard of that. It sounds good. Yeah, we get cans of pumpkin puree. They're easy to find this time of year. And so anyway. So the other thing I was going to mention was that because the short I'm trying to write has hints of excuse me, has hints of A Christmas Carol by Dickens. Hang on, sorry. Sorry about that. I don't know. Throat got dry. Because what the basis of I should get this little. I got my little thing going here, so it's nice if you can see it. It's what I'm working on for the short is it's a lot of references to A Christmas Carol by Dickens. So this morning while I was walking, because I walk every morning, and while this morning I was walking, I was listening to actually the LibriVox version, which is not abridged, so you could really get all of the details and all of the stuff. That story is a lot scarier than people think it is. I mean, it has really been sanitized for kids and things like that. It's actually pretty terrifying. At least so far. I got through the first stave 1, which is where Marley's ghost appears and leaves. And I just started stave 2, where he's waiting for the first ghost to appear. What is going on here? Sorry. I think this tea's still too hot. Dad, my tummy's currently full. It was yummy. Oh, good. Aletha, wow, that's a lot of prep and baking. Yeah. It's impressive. I believe, if I remember correctly, I told her something like, well, if next year, if things kind of take off, we'll see what we can do. So you don't have to do this again. Just not to that extent. I mean, you're great, Gussie. But anyway. Carla, we're doing a barbecue in the back. Oh, yum. The men are manning the grill. Why should the women have to do all the work? I like it. My daughter, our friend, and I are going to cook some sides inside. Not a traditional year, not a traditional Thanksgiving. Yeah, but you're together and it's a nice meal, and that sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful, Carla. Catherine, it wasn't too bad. Just roast the pumpkin for 10 minutes. Cover with a roux and sage. Top with breadcrumbs and bake. That sounds good. I was thinking it would be super involved. Carla, that story terrified me as a child. The original is... So now I'm like, all right, ghosts, you're in my wheelhouse now. So I'm actually more excited to work on this short now, because it's like, I didn't realize we could do this. Let's go there. Uh, let's see, Catherine. I love the look of your heater. It looks so comforting and warm. Oh, thank you. I borrowed it. It's actually my mom's. I borrowed it from her. So I just, of course, on me, I just wish it was black. Because everything is black or gray or white or maybe a hint of pink here and there. But no, yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not being ungrateful. But I remember looking at it and it was like, I'm so grateful for it. It's so lovely. At the same time, wow, everything I own is kind of monochrome, isn't it? All of my bath towels, they're black. All my kitchen stuff, it's black. It's like, oh. The spread on my bed, it's ivory. It's like, oh, my winter blanket that's on there, it's gray. Anyway, sorry. Allison, did anyone brine their turkey to make it moist? Ooh. I'm vegan. I'm not the person to ask, but I know people do. I lived in Louisiana off and on for about 10 years, and they do the whole deep fried turkey thing, which can be quite dangerous, but it's very yummy from what I remember a million years ago. Catherine, the recipe used Japanese panko crumbs rather than regular bread. I'm probably even pronouncing that correctly. Panko? Because I've never even heard of that. What's a Japanese panko? It's a Japanese, they're amazing craftsmen, so I imagine it's amazing. Carla, no turkey this year. I usually brine my, though. Oh, there you go. What was it in there? On the menu, Deb's having turkey, mashed potatoes, and broccoli casserole. Yum. Panko are breadcrumbs. Okay. Very cool. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of smoke coming up from the house behind behind this one. So, considering the amount of smoke coming up, I'm thinking there's some form of deep frying going on. Maybe it's my guess. Anyway, sorry, just above the computer, it was just suddenly like huge things of smoke. It was like, please tell me that's from the yard, not the house. Okay, it's coming from the yard. Okay. Catherine, my parents have a small holiday house and everything is beige. So I unofficially call it Club Beige. Allison, I just saw a friend's daughter deep fry turkey chunks, turkey nuggets. Whatever works. Whatever works. But but anyway, as far as the writing goes, like I said, I'm actually much more enthused about the story now. Not that I know there's parts of it that are supposed to be creepy. Oh, I'm in. I don't write horror, but there's something about ghost stories. I'm like, yay! I'm not a medium. I don't like ghosts. I'm so glad this place is not haunted. Anyway, Allison, I was horrified. Oh, the turkey nuggets. Was she able to bread them first? That would be good. Maybe. Catherine, panko is the batter that Japanese people use on lots of different foods. Some of it flakes off. It's used to add crunch to a lot of different food. Oh, okay. So it's a batter. Well, that sounds good. That sounds good. Tis the day to talk about food. Just is. Yeah, I'm the Gardein let's see, Gardein stuffed turkey thingy. What's it? What is this? No, that's not, that won't work. Open. There we go. Here, let me show you. Any pointers on describing food in writing? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, Aletha, I got to write a murder today. Yay! As long as nobody in real life is hurt, yeah, bring it on. That is awesome. Deb, I do have some pointers, but hang on, I just want to show you, just because we're talking about it. Oh, let's see. Is this it? There. That is what I'm having. That with a whole bunch of broccoli, and then this pie for dessert. So, yeah, it's vegan, and the stuffing's really good, and it comes with gravy. And the big thing is, the gravy is not a salt bomb. That's the problem with vegan gravy, or just when you buy gravy, it's inedible. There's so much salt. But anyway, I think you're writing it's important to add adjectives like crunch. Catherine, is Saturday Patreon night for the... Yes, it is. 8 o'clock Central Time. Yeah, there were 2 in a pack, and I tried one a couple of weeks ago to see how it was. Oh, it's good. It's good. As far as adding crunch, would you guys like in on the secret weapon for writers? The super secret, amazing. What kind of pie? Oh, vegan impossible pumpkin pie. I just pulled it out just before I came on. I pulled it out of my little toaster oven. Yes, the super secret. Okay. Unless, of course, you've already heard of this, then it's not a secret. But it may be. You may not know about this. Now you can get there are these 2 women who got together to do this, and they created individual books. And you can buy the individual books, or I pay for the annual subscription to the website because it's so helpful to me. Let me share. All right, hang on. Let me go here. It's not got a catchy name, but it doesn't need a catchy name. All right, am I signed in? Looks like it. Oh, looks like I'm okay. Let me share. All right, share screen. This thing helps me immensely. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, it is this website. It is called One Stop for Writers. I know, it's just not a great name. So it uses cookies. That's fine. One Stop for Writers. I'm trying to think if there's somewhere I can. Here, I will just put the URL here in the chat. There we go. Okay. And I have a subscription. So what this allows you to do, their knowledge, really what I'm here for is this, the thesaurus, all these different kinds. And the one I use the most is this setting thesaurus, where you can get some descriptor words, some things you may not have thought of. For example, this just jumped out at me because, of course, I'm me. Graveyard. All right. what might you see? What kinds of things might you see in a graveyard? A paved driveway, wrought iron fences and gates, family mausoleum, dried flowers and wreaths, resting benches, shady trees, squirrels, chipmunks, candles, signs in an older or poorly tended seminary. You might get crumbling or cracked headstones, bushes and shrubbery going wild. So you get those visual things. And you have sounds you might hear, some smells you might get, what you might taste, metallic tang of stone in the air, maybe it's raining, precipitation, texture and sensations, possible sources of conflict, kinds of people commonly found in the setting, and then maybe a couple notes there. And then related, mausoleum, funeral home, or church. So they have whole bunches of different areas, different things, some ideas for what you might find there. So that's the setting thesaurus. The emotion thesaurus is huge, because do you remember how we talked about Fight Club guy, how he was saying you have to give people the clues of what's happening, not just tell them the summary. This person is angry. This person is this. This person is that. It's like, no, you let the reader decide. You say, this person's eyebrows furrowed together. This person, the corner of their mouth turned down. What are their eyes? But were their eyes happy or sad? You know, their stance. So you describe all those things. Well, with the emotion thesaurus, let's say that you're feeling flustered. Sure, flustered. Similar emotions are overwhelmed and nervousness. Some physical signs or behaviors. Someone, it might be blinking rapidly, touching their face repeatedly, an inability to stay still, retreating from the conversation, throat clearing, glancing around for rescue. Internal sensations for your character. An increase, if they're heat in their face, a prickling along the back of their neck maybe. Mental responses, heightened awareness of being in the spotlight. Now, if they're flustered over if acute or long term, they may get allowing someone else to take over. And it may escalate to frustration, agitation, or embarrassment. So, and what it would de-escalate to, and associated power verbs. So this is all this, but you were saying about food. Let me see, what do they have here? There's character motivation, color pattern, emotion amplifier, emotional wound, negative trait, occupation, physical feature, positive trait, setting, shape, talent, skill, texture, weather, and earthly phenomenon. I'm not sure about food. At least I have an old graveyard that features in my story. There we go. So I don't know that would necessarily help with the food descriptions, but kitchen, yes. I'm trying to think. There's also a website. Let me pull it up. That it isn't as in depth, but there is this website that I find myself at quite a bit, and it is called wordstouse.com. Let me pull it up. And Words to Use is this is a free website. The other one, you have to have a subscription to get access to all the, you can get limited access for free, but you have to have a subscription to get all of them, or the book versions of the different types of thesauri are available at Amazon. So But this words to use, for instance, a lot of the stuff I was working on, it's like animals, business colors. Oh, here we go. Food and beverages, beer, fruit and vegetables, general foods, non-alcoholic, sweets and desserts, wines. Let me see. General food, adjectives, nouns, related, eating verbs, cooking verbs, negative descriptors, phrases, types of cuisine, that sort of thing. I end up in here a lot just for what I do for under holidays, especially like Christmas. Adjectives describing Christmas, Christmas nouns, Christmas verbs, Christmas phrases. I end up in a lot of, I end up in that type of thing a lot. Because I name a lot of my chapters, or I'm trying to name a book, or just getting in the spirit of things, seeing what I can spread around. So under the food and beverage one over here, let's see. Seared seasonal favorite, brackish, sour, gourmet, cheesy, classic, tantalizing, toothsome, indulgent, delicious, zesty, blanched, minty, seasonal, ripe. So there are options there. All right. That's what I wanted to share today. That there are options if you're looking for words. There's the free words to use site. There's One Stop for Writers, which, like I said, is you get limited access for free. You can always just try it out, see if it does you any good. So, but I keep renewing my subscription because I just find it useful when I'm racking my brains trying to picture the scene better, and are there details I'm forgetting, or is there something there to take advantage of that I hadn't thought of? Because when you're writing a scene, I mean, you've got so many plates spinning at the same time. So many plates where you're trying to keep the dialogue going and the suspense, or the or whatever kind of suspense, even if it's romantic suspense, like, are they going to get together or not? I mean, it can be, and your motivation and keep the plot moving, and what people look like, and I mean, you've got so many plates spinning at the same time. So I find this helps. Catherine, I wish I could go back to my year 10 writing class and give them this link. Well, it's out there. It's out there. Aletha, these are really cool sites. I just have a mammoth thesaurus on my desk. Oh, but that's cool. That is very cool. I actually miss my big red dictionary. Red hardback dictionary. I like your overlay. All fitting for today. Thank you. Oops, sorry. But that's cool. There is, I mean, I'm sure you know about it, but I will also just throw out there, thesaurus.com is a thing, and it is quite useful. It's the sister site to dictionary.com. So I'm sure you guys have heard of that, but sometimes it can help to just point out just what's available. There we go. Yep. So thesaurus.com. And again, up in the top corner, you can also see dictionary.com. But there's all kind of fun stuff over there. Of course, it's free. So let's see. Synonym for crunchy. Let's say we want crunchy. What have we got? Chewy, crackling, crisp, crispy, crumbly, crusty. There you go. There you go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. Well, I stop the screen. Okay. That's going to be about it for me today. I'm so sorry to be leaving early today, but I've got to um I'm going to be having dinner with my parents, and but I did want to be here, and I did want to tell you I'm so glad you're still here. Aletha, I really want a subscription to the OED. Oh wow. Yeah, that would be a thing. Have you read there was a nonfiction narrative nonfiction, but it's about the it's not the dictionary and the madman, but it's about how it was created. It's a really good book. I'll try to remember what the name of it is. Catherine, it sounds especially convincing in your voice. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. All right, everybody. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. But and I'm sorry to cut this a little bit, just a little bit short. It is 4:30 now, but I'll be back tomorrow. Everything goes back to normal tomorrow, at least until Christmas. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful for you. I am grateful for you. Seriously. All right. You hang in there. Have a wonderful day. Absolutely. All right. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.